Good morning, everybody. Hope you had a whale of an evening last night. June the 12th, 2014. We had a pretty good day. In the high 70s, low 80s. With an E-mini. And we're going to warm up and get closer to norms now, which will be pushing 85, 85, 88 during the day. We are in the September. They promised us a warm up here over the next 3 or 4 days, and June, we get to dry out come right out of this area. So life should be pretty good. Lots of people will be cutting that grass. So we had bad news today. And so here we are. It is Friday. It's post-auction day. Usually, the way it always is. And today we saw both the financials and equities with the close equal to or greater than the average price, as did gold, as did and the average price is 24.03. In addition to the negative news, so that's what we're going to play for. If we can buy it below 03, I think that really represents 03. I mean, it's in a high state of flux right now. We've got single prints from. Hard to say what's going on, but it's not good. To 4, the Sunnis, so getting stops in this area, I think it's possible. The ex-army that fell disenfranchised. We got the bottom of value. The current government from yesterday at 04 in the Shia strongholds. So there's a lot, and so you'll have a lot of support in that 124.04 area. Hence, our buy is 1 to 5 that are pretty handy. One of the uncomfortable things for I read where 800 of these. Terrorists took over the city of Mosul, and there was 30,000 troops garrison there. And again, we lose state-of-the-art equipment with the trend right into buy into weakness, or we lose the helicopters, we lose the drones, sell into strength, depending on which way the market. It is mind. But in the financials, you've got to buy into weakness, and you've got to sell into strength to prosper. Pretty good selling above 16 to 20, maybe at 13. So I would like to put an article up there about 19s. What's going to happen in Iraq. Nobody knows. But if the E-mini shows some strength, are autonomous, autonomous better. It may take 11. Took them on. I don't know. So a lot of it will depend upon the E-mini. PPI news will not play. Mosul was an Al-Qaeda hotspot, although they're early on in the war. Tim Carney and it was also the city that had the best chance about raising interest rates. They're floating trial both sides could live together, but that's out. Which would be contrary to what the ECB we had news and we had the war, and contrary to what the Fed has said, in Iraq, interest rates are going to stay low for a long big time fighting in Iraq and Syria. You have the Hawks, Shias backed by Iran. In our markets, say the Fed should start raising rates too. And then Michigan sentiment, which will be, you never know what's going to happen. Focus I mean, it could be breakout in Lebanon, it could break out between Israel. I mean, you don't know. So anyway, that uncertainty will keep the market. So I think the direction of the E-mini will probably be the biggest. We do have news tomorrow when it's all said and done, and PPI to sell early and take out 2/10. Nobody will pay any attention to that. And at 15 areas, Michigan sentiment, they'll probably pass on that. Michigan sentiment. If the E-mini doesn't break, end of the week short covering is probably the biggest dynamic that we'll face there. So got a couple of things working, but when it's all said and done today. Unless and when the stock market is up and the Michigan sentiment number is not, they pay attention. Trading range so PPI probably will not play. So definitely sell a way of looking at all markets. Possibly above the first place we start out is the F1 screen. Today's lower high, lower low. Short-term bias to the upside in the note. Now, if they can't extend the range and take it lower in bond, we can trade from the long side. We are getting selling right now. Two possible areas of support, 14, and down here at the bottom. Okay, the knob spread strengthened a great deal overnight. Fairly big move. Second support point. This would be our first. You'll see that the note was just kind of sideways. This one says, find a place to get short. Looking at the F2 screen, it will be confirmed. There also, 30-year extended yesterday's range. The note didn't. And because both time frames are in congruence, they agree. If the note sells today, so we'll don't have much in the way of news to because of the knobs help the market out tomorrow. Strength, can't see anything out of Iraq. Have a little bit more interest in the buy side on the helping the market out. Might get a the breakout came at 13. Supposedly 3 tanks. We're in this area right here, Ukraine today. Not on the Ukrainian side, 17, but on the rebel side. So 17, China, the Philippines, and Vietnam have been quiet for a couple of days. Play for a little lower. I think 2 days ago. 5 to 9 will be buy 2. So there's a lot that could destabilize the market. Okay, we have a very, very clean break at 25. And we're currently at 21.
Like to go 31,
so 25
to
to 27 area. Then 7
maybe
to 11.
24.
So why don't we make it 25
plus
or minus? We're going to self-failure to take out 25.
Don't know.
And then our second zone is going to be the 29 to 31 area for sell 2. Try to catch the start of the new distribution lower. Now, it shows that we've rejected prices.
Okay, gold held in well
we
overnight.
This low volume area down here at 14. So
you know, when you leave your back door open and put welcome signs
for Globex
with a map
and
on
then we're
it,
going to put the 10
you're
area
probably going to get robbed.
-1
and what we have in the world right now is just anybody and everybody that has intentions.
Things are getting interesting once again.
They're taking advantage of what's going on. I mean, the chaos,
it's absolutely
the lack
amazing
of a vision,
to me.
the withdrawal, the unilateral withdrawal of the United States from all parts of the world.
How you can allow these
situations
to happen.
Possibly the start
again, like
of
I said, if you
militant
read a lot of military history that I do,
region or country.
And the reason I do it is because
Syria
everything, the time frame is compressed. If you don't do the right things, you
don't know how far or where that
really
one's going, but it's not
mistakes,
good. A lot of people are going to get killed.
Other civilizations
or being killed. One of the articles
and you don't want to do that.
Yesterday was,
but if you don't read history, if you don't know that, you can't
with the heads
understand
of
it. And it's amazing how short the market's memory is.
You really have to
sit
back
attacked
and ask yourself,
by the
why
Taliban
would you surrender?
Based Al-Qaeda group,
and
they had
almost
a free base to Rome and
to an almost certain death, torture,
and then to hear
being killed.
Our
these guys come in, but I see that happen so much in
state
the
in our current
Arab world.
Saying these 5 terrorists that they released,
these guys
won't have any
throw in the
impact
towel,
on the
knowing
United
that they're probably going to lose their head. And you have to ask yourself, what
where in the hell
type
have they
of
been?
philosophy allows that to happen? And it's
how do you
they
get in a
don't see
position
death
like that?
as a
bad
thing. In fact, many of them welcome it.
Ignorant.
And they also have
about what's come before.
deep-rooted fatalistic approach
on
life. It's God's will.
I hate to say it,
but
these damn Valley girls.
So you put those two things together, you'll see a
a
guy throw down his rifle, get in line.
You talk about
and there were 30,000 troops in Mosul.
Lack of experience.
Depending on
might be bright as hell.
1,000 to 5,000.
They sure as hell don't know what they're talking
insurgents
about.
took it over.
Okay, higher low, higher
I don't know
high.
what the answer is.
And you want to be buyers of weakness,
etc.
see if the market will go higher. But if it doesn't, we can get short.
I mean, they were vastly outnumbered.
It's post-auction.
But
the average auction price was
they fell pretty damn fast.
We're well above that.
When you take a look at the Western mine,
24.
You know, if you know that you're going to get your head cut off, you'll go down fighting. You know, at least maybe you can take a couple of them with you.
When I
much different philosophy.
did my notes, we were at 18.5 was the high, so we're extending the range up.
So we left yesterday's gold market. We had a sell at 75 to 77.
Our country,
that one or not,
from time to time, is run by the best and the brightest. These kids are very, very intelligent. They're very, very bright. They're book smart.
We didn't quite get down there, so
we're going to make
buy one 69.71
and
buy two.
They are very, very
67.
smart, but they're practical.
And on the sell side, we'll leave 75, 77.
You know, they used to talk about the difference
79,
between a C student, a B
81.
student, and an A student.
If we can take out 78, 83
A students
tracker,
were
that's where the
basically
volume
relegated to staff or academia.
To sell over 80
B
at some
students
point in the
could
session.
be
The bias is up
pretty
because
high
of what's
up
going on in Iraq. The
corporation,
bias is up because
probably
of
not running
what's
as a
going
C-student.
on from
Guy that had
Mali
street
to
smarts,
Pakistan.
moxie,
The
and
bias
savvy.
is up because of
I had
what
a better
China's
chance
doing
of being a
to
CEO than anybody else. And the
the
reason for that is
Philippines
just,
and
I mean,
Vietnam.
you got the moxie.
So you have this built-in war support for the market right now, but 75 is a nice round
a
market
guy that
number,
just
and it might
can
hold.
walk on water intellectually and can spin the world mathematically.
Okay, the euro held in actually
probably
pretty
is
good last
not
night.
your
It
the leader of
did
the
find
organization,
sellers
the
where
leader
we
of
thought
the-
it might.
You need them to do the work and to grind the numbers, but
Get the screen up here.
you need a little more savvy than that. Okay, we're up at 20.
I think what's interesting
I was hoping to buy the
England is talking about raising
interest
rates sooner rather than later.
Maybe 17. I'd like to get it done at the lower end of that. We have these single prints. The ideal buy would be 12.
real estate market has been pretty strong.
So this 12 to 16 area.
Their economic growth has generally been
maybe
better.
13 to 17 will be buy one, and then it'll be 9 or
on
better.
The continent outside of Germany. Okay, we left yesterday wanting to sell 75s to 85s, and the high was 75, so that was a pretty good call. It is a round number, and that fit the structure that we'd identified yesterday, that 75 to 80 area. On the buy side, you can see that we've had pretty good buying below 35.20.
Okay, the knob spread widened
so
considerably
to 25 buy one.
Stepped out. It went out to
there's enough
11.12. We started at 10.28. That was a pickup of half point.
This market will hold
on a spread in one day.
35
can you imagine?
Buy.
These spread trades can be
on the
very,
sell
very
side.
lucrative.
The
we came into
48,
this week
so we'll make 45.
wanting to be long the knob
sell
spread
one
because of today's auction, and
we
did that.
75 plus or
as of the
minus
close
sell
of business today, you would have been up.
So we hit the euro,
16.37,
and gold really well for the overnight
depending
session.
on how you put that on. And a lot of
for those of you that
you
kind of can trade Europe time, it's slower trading usually.
They're slow. Who can imagine that? But you
so
got to remember, 75% of the big
and
money
euro,
that's put into the markets
on London time,
basis.
and it really pays you.
And the reason for that is it
take a look
reflects fundamentals.
Trading
you don't
those
get caught up,
and if you're an insomniac or
specific
have no trouble getting up,
or blindsided by news.
U.S. time.
Then, they tend to trade the same direction, but one of them does it a little bit faster
great
than
structural
the other,
trades
reflecting the fundamentals
there too.
Okay, crude rallied again last night. We
thought that might be the case.
Quiver, so to speak.
Too interested in.
Okay, we want to sell failure to take out
36.04. 25 to.
And your backup point's 12, so the next sell would be 7 to 11.
50. The first sell zone
last rotate down was 26,
right
so
through 107.
We're in the same.
Directly.
You'd like to do it towards the 20 to 24 area.
The war.
I'm going to do that on this because we got a little
Iraq.
extra volatility. Maybe we can buy 21s to 25.
And
then
its threat. There's a
1.6
million barrel per day pipeline that runs from Iraq to through Turkey, gets to the Mediterranean and parts farther north. And people were worried about that. There is a story that
7 to 11 sells
Iranian
pretty comfortable. That is resistance.
Guards.
I'd sure like to get the buying done closer to 20
from Iran to Iraq
25,
to make sure Malaki's government doesn't fail. It's a Shia-based government. It's a
Shia-based
operating base for Iran outside of its borders, so Iran will protect its national interests. And supposedly they took back the city of Tikrit, and that's very believable.
Okay, gold. A couple of things driving gold. I want to put it on the F1 screen once again to big picture.
So
we'll make the sell
25 to 60
area. Now we're breaking out.
So you need to bring in the long-term
perspective. And you got a higher low and a higher high on this one.
So that's
75.
We're looking for a place to buy it.
78 is structural resistance.
And on the buy side, we had the breakout
from
50,
95, 96.
So we'll make 50 to 75 buy one. That's a very
lower tax
buy.
revenues for the United
States. I don't think
States.
anybody's
more
going
printing of the dollar, and
in
war.
I don't think peace is going to break
I mean,
out.
when I look at what could happen in
Iraq,
from Mali and North
so
Africa,
the bias is to
through
the buy
Pakistan
side.
and Afghanistan,
You can get short, but the trade has to develop quickly.
It's just exploding.
Stay short.
Syria, Iraq. Yeah, I mean, it's just nobody knows where it's going to stop. So here's one possibility right up here in the 96
the market
area.
went north of 110 on the last big chance.
That low volume number at 78. And it's hard to see on this one because of the scaling. There's $5 between that.
Off the idea.
So 78 to 96 is pretty good resistance on this one. This
war
tells
might
you to be a
breaking
buyer.
out.
So
war moves this
looking at the F2
quickly.
screen. That Michael Totten
and
is
to everybody's
has a
favorite market. We sold pretty heavily yesterday.
Lots of hours
came
on
down
the
pretty
ground.
hard.
Libya,
very little in the way of
and in
retracement.
Lebanon,
Japan and China's markets
of the area
up,
before he
which
did
is
that.
unusual.
So pretty good background.
Usually they follow the United States,
well
but
too.
the talk out of Asia was what was Japan going to do with its
but that
corporate
article that he
tax
put up
rates,
on Iraq,
how they were
nobody
going
knows.
Okay, selling failure to take out 75, 77 is a reasonable trade.
Even on
But you want to test and you want to see it rejected. And the high volume number up here at 83, selling the 80 to 83 area.
Asia was up.
Europe got hit pretty hard. On the buy side, usually Asia last rotate down was 70, so 68 to 70.
So we had this very clean break right here at 27, and we have our 30 to 32.
We have what,
late yesterday we said
65 for buy
below 30, 32 area, right in here that the market would sell. So the issue is, can we take out overnight support? And you can see that there were buyers below 18. So we're going to have really pretty good support in the 15 to 17 area, and the idea is, will this area hold or not? I don't think we can break the market. We've got the low volume
looking at the euro.
14, but
the dollar was off a bunch today because of a weaker economy.
So the obvious trade right here is to sell 25, 27. Occam's razor.
You know,
and then 29 to 31 leaning.
I don't understand how he got in Yale. He had to buy his way.
So if we don't break the market early,
yeah, he does. I mean,
then
let's sit down and talk about it. I don't know.
It's just buy one is potentially this 15 to 17
Friday
area. Don't know for sure.
Neville Chamberlain might
fairly
be
comfortable with
Charles.
this high volume
That
number
might
down
be
here at 9 to 11, which will make buy 2. So I want to get short.
A kind
see if we can take out
characterization,
yesterday's
but,
low. If we
crude
can't
is
take out
strengthening.
yesterday's low, then we can try
Right here at
what
106.63,
so I think we have a shot at our 107.
The,
25 to
depending on what
27
comes
is
out of
fairly
Iraq.
aggressive.
You really
Thing
don't
that
want to
would
be
spook
short
what you'd
overnight
like to
this
see
contract.
is for the market to rotate higher.
I don't
and
see
fail
any
in that
way
27
in
to
hell
32
for
area.
a peace
Get
to break
short,
out in Iraq or the genie to be put back in
and
the
then see if you can
How are
take
you going
out
to get
19,
Sunnis
18.
and
The
Shias
low
to
volume
sit down
numbers
and
at
talk to
19,
each
14,
other?
50.
You do it like Saddam Hussein did. You just kill
Leaning
enough
against that
of
will
both
give us a buy,
sides,
15
and you're
to
always
17.
killing them.
9 to 11
ever get
leaning
going.
against the
These
high
guys
volume
are
number
operating
at
and
9.
roaming with guns now. It's going to be like the Civil War in
Give it a
Lebanon.
little bit of wiggle room.
Okay.
Okay, take at least 15 minutes to get everything
That
up and
wasn't
going.
pretty.
I'm going to get busy on that. I'm going to stop the recording right now. I'll be back with you as fast as I can. I think we're going for stops above 107, so we'll make sell 1, 75 to 107, and then 25 to 50 for sell 2. Last time we had war breaking out over there, we got up very close to 110. That's certainly within reach. Got a very clean break here at 30, and we're at 65. So 106 even, 106.25, buy 1. A little wiggle room, and then 75 to 106, which might turn out to be the trade of the week in crude. There's a difference in Neville Chamberlain and Carey. Chamberlain was an honorable man, a fool, but an honorable man. And Mr. Carey is not. He's right up there with Jane Fonda and the rest of them, as far as I'm concerned. And the euro. Dollar weakness, for obvious reasons, the price of oil and weaker numbers, and it rallied the euro, and the euro really didn't give them up. So here we are looking at the structure, and we talked about earlier. I think you're right on that, Chaz. Got a great sense of humor. I got a lot of people from the far side in this room. Probably why we're all here. Okay, so we got this break in the volume right here in the 75 area. Got a new move that came out of 90. And obviously 136. And then the next stop up there is 20. So we got the 75 to 90, then the buck to 20 area as possible resistance. So the market's strong. We're going to see what happens in England. So a 75 to 85 sell. That's pretty bold. Let's go a little bit higher. And then 136.
136.10 for sell 2. Don't really like the buy side, but the last rotate down was 50. We're at 66, so we'll make 50 plus or minus 5. It was resistance this morning, so that probably will work for us, and then 25 to 35 for buy 2. And that does it for June the 12th. 75 to 85 sell is bold. You'd want have sellers with you. The 25 to 35 buy is not so bold. Okay, that's it for June the 12th. We'll see you bright and early in the morning, 6:45 a.m. Central Time. You all have a great evening, and hopefully the audio goes with the tape this time. Later.